HR issues can kill you. One complaint against your company can turn your world upside down. And you spend way too much time dealing with HR when you should be spending your time on making a profit. You should talk to Bambi. With Bambi, get access to your own dedicated US-based HR manager starting at just $99 per month. They get to know you and your business while providing HR expertise and the personal touch you need and want. They're available by phone, email, and real-time chat, so onboarding and terminations run smoothly. Team members reach peak performance, and your business stays compliant with changing HR regulations. And with Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate important HR practices like setting policies, training, and feedback. HR managers can easily cost $80,000 a year, but Bambi starts at $99 per month. Schedule your free conversation today to see how much Bambi can take off your plate. Go to Bambi.com right now and type in Accelerate under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Spelled BAM, BEE.com. Bambi.com. Type in Accelerate.
Me, but also you. The Pharaoh fast forwards his favorite foreign film, Powder Donut. Okay, what's my line?
The only line I see here on the script is get options based on your budget with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive.
Oh man, that's a tongue twister, huh? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a few more minutes. Bulbous Walrus, the Bulbous Walrus.
The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive.
The owl ran afoul of the comatose coxswain.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Welcome to Accelerate Your Business Growth with your host, Diane Helbig. Diane is a leading small business development and leadership coach, author, and speaker who is passionate about sharing valuable ideas, tips, and techniques with business professionals worldwide. Diane brings you the world's experts and gurus in all things business, whether it's sales, structure, social media, planning, or plateauing. Guests bring their expertise and energy to each episode. When growing your business is your focus, Accelerate Your Business Growth is the show to listen to. Got a topic or guest suggestion? Let Diane know. The goal is to make sure you have the information you need to move your business forward. Thanks for joining us. Settle in and enjoy.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's podcast is sponsored by Audible.com. You probably know that Audible.com is a leading provider of audiobooks, but you may not know about all the other content they have for you to enjoy. So we're offering you a free trial. You can go to audibletrial.com/businessgrowth, sign up for the trial, and explore. I think you will be amazed at what you find. Over the past couple of years, the Accelerate Your Business Growth podcast has gained recognition as a great resource for small business owners, business leaders, sales professionals, and that is because of the guests. These are people who have expertise in a particular area of business. They join me for a conversation where they share that expertise with all of you. And today is no different. My guest today is Matt Clark. Matt is the founder of the Virtual Edge and co-creator of the Rainmaker System, an online marketing system that helps coaches, advisors, and consultants get 2 to 5 times let me start that over again. 2 to 5 high-value leads per day from LinkedIn without paying for ads. Matt and his business partner have helped over 1,000 businesses in 17 countries grow exponentially. Their 3-step approach places human connection at its core, paving the way for a new wave of lead generation marketing. Virtual Edge is a multi-million-dollar company, and they have helped their clients grow to 6 and 7 figures without paid advertising, which I find fascinating, which is why I wanted Matt to be here today. So thanks for joining me today, Matt.
Thank you for having me on. I'm excited to be here.
I am thrilled to have you here. And so this subject is so fascinating for me because I feel like I see a lot of people doing things incorrectly on LinkedIn, and like, especially now that we're in the situation where people can't be face to face. Right. So this, human connection at its core is interesting for me, but I want to start with, if you would define what you believe is a high value lead.
Yeah, brilliant. So, and I love that question because most people, when they say leads, and especially on LinkedIn, they talk about connections and they talk about how many potential people you're going to reach out to. But that's not really a lead. That's just the beginning part of the process. So for me, a high value lead is somebody that has gone and checked your profile out, that has been specifically targeted. You've had a conversation with them. You've shared with them what results you can help people like them achieve. They say, yes, they're interested in talking, and you get an email address and a cell phone number. That's what I consider a lead. And it's somebody that is going to be, that's a lead, first of all, but a high value lead is someone that you're selling something to for, at least $3,000.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so that's sort of the benchmark then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, based on that, it feels to me like knowing your ideal client is really, really important, so you can differentiate between a high value lead and someone who just might be a good connection for you.
Yes.
So will you talk some about, I'm all about, defining your ideal client, but for the listeners, will you talk some about why that is so important?
100%. And, like you said, it's one of the most important things that you can actually do, right? And, getting clear on your ideal client will determine a couple of things. If it's like, maybe I can take a step back. If you're trying to target everybody, it's very difficult to create a compelling message to get out into the marketplace because you don't know what they want and what they're trying to achieve. So if you get laser focused on an ideal client, and instead of, trying to use a shotgun from, 500 yards or 1,000 yards, use a sniper rifle, and you're going after that one ideal client, you can dive deep into who they are as a person. Instead of just thinking of them as, another prospect or a potential client, you dive into who they are as a person. When you do that, it allows you to understand who they are and what they need and what the core things are that they're really excited about and the things that they're actually going to be excited about buying and spending money and entertaining conversations. And once you do that, you can then just go and find more people like that. You see, for a lot of people that we work with, they don't need to have 40, 50 clients a month. In fact, most of the people, in order to get to, 6 and 7 and 8 figures, they need 3 to 4 clients a month, right? So it's not like you need a ton of clients to be able to generate massive results.
Okay. So I love this idea of getting to know who they are as a person. And I feel like there's people listening who are thinking, okay, but if I'm selling like B2B, like consultants that deal with businesses, does that still hold true?
Absolutely, 100%. Because if you're a consultant, and that's what I do, and that's a part of our business, and a lot of the companies that we work with are consultants as well. So even then, the more specific you get around who you're targeting and what sort of result you can help them achieve, the easier it is to reach these guys. Now, the mistake that most people make is they go in and they say, if they're a business consultant, they'll say, I help businesses grow, right?
Yeah.
Number one, what kind of businesses? Who are you targeting in the business? What are the big problems they have? What sort of growth can they achieve and in what sort of time frame? When you can clarify that, that's when your marketing, doesn't seem so pushy and so spammy, but it actually allows you to attract more of your ideal clients than, go out and having to look for them all the time.
Okay. So this feels to me like something that I'm a huge fan of, which is doing discovery.
Oh, yes.
Like knowing your ideal client, but then not pigeonholing people, not reaching out and going, I can help you solve a problem until you know whether they have that problem.
Absolutely. But isn't that just the sales process, though? Yeah. It's like, I think we get like so, typical humans, right? We overcomplicate stuff to the nth degree, right? The bottom line is the sales process. Figure out who you want to talk to. Ask them what their problems are. Don't assume what their problems are. Ask them what their problems are and see if there's a good fit to help them.
So the reason why I laughed is because, yes, I completely agree with you. And yet, there are so many people not doing that.
Absolutely. I mean, we call it market research, right? But honestly, when I look at it and we call it market research, it's the same questions that I ask when I do a sales call.
Yeah, right. Right. Because you can't assume.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I find on LinkedIn, that people decide that, this is their target market. Totally get it. This is my ideal client. This is who I can help. And then they just send these messages, these like connection requests that are really long and are about what they can do. It's like they're assuming that the person they're reaching out to needs and wants that thing before they even know anything about them.
100%. 100%. And, one of the big things that we do with our clients when they come in and work with us, and interesting enough, it's one of the things that gets the biggest and the best results the fastest. I mean, I had one of my clients last week share with us, that she ran this exact process, and I'll share with you what it is in a moment.
Okay.
And she got two potential clients onto a call. She spoke to them each for 15 minutes, and she generated $10,000 from each one of those clients.
That's significant.
Yeah. 20 grand in half an hour. Are you kidding me? That's fantastic.
Okay. Now you gotta share.
You want the secret sauce now? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So here it is. It's this magic formula, right? It's super secret, right? It's called ask people what they want and give it to them.
That's such a crazy idea.
It's nuts.
Oh my gosh, it is nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we get people to do is reach out to people, ask them if they can jump on a call with them, do some market research. They find out a bunch of their problems and what they're going through and where they ultimately want to get to. And then at the end, they make an offer, right? If it's a good fit.
If it's a good fit. Oh my gosh. Okay. Can we talk about that for a second? Because this is where I think a lot of people fall down, is that they think that they have to make it a good fit.
Yeah.
So yeah, talk to me about how they figure that out and then walking away.
Yeah, so there's a couple of criteria that you want to look for, right? The first thing is define what an ideal client is for you. What sort of income are they making? You want your demographics and your psychographics, okay? This is pretty standard stuff in any sort of marketing, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to dive super deep down into it, but obviously the deeper you go, the better it works. But if on a basic level, right, if you can just say, right, what industry are they in? What is their job title? If it's relevant, what sort of revenue are they making? Do they have a team or not? Just have your basic qualifying criteria. And then you want to figure out, are they going to implement what you do? So in the case, if you're a coach, consultant, or advisor, are the people you're working with coachable? Are they going to be action takers? Are they going to be fun to work with? Do you like the person? Is just one big thing. Like, do you like this person you're going to be working with?
Right.
And, because too often people just say yes because they need the money, right?
Yeah.
But, you really want to enjoy it. And the question I always ask is, would you be able to give a 200% guarantee that if you worked with this person and that was their situation, that you could get the results, that you could help them achieve the results that they're looking to achieve? And what that does is that makes you take a look at, do I really want to work with this person and is it a good fit? Because if we start taking a look at that, right, you also want to have, if you also want to have your list of people who you'll say no to. This is so important.
Okay, wait. Yeah. Talk about that. How do you figure that out?
Okay. Go look at all the previous clients that you've worked with that you've hated. Write down those common attributes, and those are the things you'll start seeing some patterns forming, right? Those are the things that when people, come up, when those guys actually come up, that is what you'll see is you're going to be like, I don't want any more of those. No, thanks. And so just have that list as well. So, as you're going and you're talking to people and you've got on in front of you, you've got who will you accept and who will you reject, right? Make sure you're looking at both of those at the same time.
I love that. That is so dead on. And you're so right. I mean, people take business because they need the money, but then it's awful for everybody. Like nobody wins that one.
Yeah. And listen, we've all done it, right? We've all done it. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's one way to learn. But at the end of the day,
that's true.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a great way to learn, but it's one way to learn. And at the end of the day, it's like, if you're only working with people that you love working with, they love working with you, and you can help them get results, they're going to pay you more money anyways.
Yeah. Right. That's really where you're going to make the money.
Yeah. And it's more fun as well. Like, I don't want to be struggling. I don't want to be struggling working with people. I want them to love the process. I want to love the process, and I want them to get big results, because then I can go look for more people like that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I'm totally with you. Okay. I think I'm going to take a sponsor break now so that then we can just continue the conversation, and I don't have to think about it.
Cool.
Accelerate Your Business Growth podcast is happy to be sponsored by Audible.com. And while Audible.com has thousands of ebook titles, you may not know about the other content they have, like podcasts and Audible originals and guided meditations and more. And for me, I would say there's a couple of things that I just love about it. One is that I can access that different content all in one place. So I don't have to go have different platforms and go onto different programs. I can just all in one place, sort of one-stop shopping. I can get what I need. And I will tell you, if you haven't checked them out, check out those guided meditations, because these days I'm feeling them, that they're pretty awesome. I think you will enjoy this as much as I do. So we are offering you a free trial. Go to audibletrial.com/businessgrowth. Get your free trial. Explore the variety of audiobooks and programs. Figure out, what you really enjoy. And I think it'll make a big difference for you, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. Today, we're speaking with Matt Clark about generating high-value leads on LinkedIn and growing your business without paid ads. Okay, Matt.
Yeah.
You have something called a Rainmaker pickup line, and I would like to know what it is.
Okay. So I think this is one of my favorite things to do, and it's a thing that most people struggle with. Have you ever been asked the question, what do you do? When you go to networking events, right? What do you do? Right? What do you normally say to that?
So I struggle with it. Anymore, I say, I spend most of my time helping small business owners navigate the challenges they're having in their business and creating strategies that they'll implement.
Right.
Blah, yeah.
Yeah, you don't even sound excited about it, right?
Yeah.
If you're not excited about it, how are your potential clients going to be excited about it?
It's a good question.
Right. So what the pickup line does is it piques your ideal client's interest. It tells them how to work with you and what kind of results they can get before they even talk to you. Let me give you an example of this. So on my profile, okay, where you have your headline, what most people will have is something like, owner or founder, or if they're a coach, consultant, speaker, whatever it is. What I've got on mine is I help coaches, consultants, and advisors get 2 to 5 high value leads per day through the Rainmaker lead system.
To the point.
To the point.
Intriguing. Yeah.
Yep, there's a measurable metric in a fixed time frame, and there's a system and methodology. So when these coaches, consultants, and advisors connect with me, they can see who I'm targeting. They can see, hey, if I want leads, I'm going to connect with this person and see what this is about, which means that the connections that you get are a lot more high quality and a lot more focused and targeted.
That's so interesting.
Yep. And when I can stand up on stage, and I think, Russell Brunson talks about this, it's called what does he call it? The lunchroom, not the lunchroom, the lunch theater. When you go to a mall and they've got like the food court, right? The food court thing is if you can stand up and shout at the top of your lungs in a food court filled with people what you do, and have some people come up to you and be like, hey man, yeah, let's talk, then you've got it right.
Aha.
Right? But how we get to this is by doing the market research with your clients. Find out what's the thing that's most important to them, and then that's what you put as your pickup line.
Oh.
Ah.
That's so great. So it's really about what they find valuable, not what you think is valuable.
Exactly. 100%. And, because that brings to the next step, which is, getting your profile right. So it's turning your profile from an egocentric profile, which focuses all on you, to a client-centric sales page that focuses everything on the ideal client. It's got to be about what are their pains and frustrations, their goals and desires. How do you take them from the pain that they're feeling right now to the pleasure where they ultimately want to be, through a structured system or a process. If you take a look at your profile, here's a bit of a litmus test for you. If you take a look at your profile and it's got too many I, we, my, ours, us, anything like that focused on you, we call that weeing all over your customers.
I love that.
Right? So you want to make it all about them. And all of that information comes from the market research that you do right in the beginning. Once you get that right, it makes all of your marketing 10 times more effective.
This is fascinating to me. Okay. So you figure out how to make it about them by talking to them and figuring out what they find valuable about what you do, and you make sure that your headline and your profile are structured in a way that it shares that information with people, because they're going to come to your profile and check you out. I don't know if people realize that that's where people go to find out who you really are as a business.
Yep.
Okay. Then how do you build relationships with your ideal client on LinkedIn?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple of ways to do this. Number one is through direct outreach and direct connection. So you want to be connecting with people who fit inside your ideal client, so that, as an example, when I'm focusing on coaches, consultants, and advisors, I'm targeting those people with a very specific message that is going to talk directly to them. So one way is through direct outreach. The second way is through posting content that is valuable and solves their biggest problems, that's going to engage with your ideal clients.
And okay, wait, but so talk to me a little bit about sharing content.
Yep.
Just like, what does that look like, I guess, would be my question.
Cool. So content in today's day and age is about getting attention, and attention is about getting engagement, right? So what you want to do is you want to be focusing on creating content that engages your ideal clients to be able to, connect with you, to respond, to comment, like, share, and the moment that you can start, because here's how I think about marketing. Marketing is not about closing sales. It's about opening conversations, which means that
Ooh,
if
I
you're
like
focused, you like that?
I do.
Beautiful. So if you're focusing on creating conversations versus closing sales, a couple of things will happen. One, you'll be able to build up a solid pipeline of people that you're constantly talking to that you can reach out to any time to do business with. But also you'll have a deep understanding of who your ideal client is, right? And when you do that, you can go and just look for more of those guys.
Right. Wow, that's so interesting. Okay. So you go looking for, I want to use you as the example. You go, you're on LinkedIn, you do a search for coaches, advisors, consultants. You find some people, you check out their profile, whatever. There's some that seem like they could potentially be clients.
Mm-hmm.
What is the messaging? Like when you do a connection request,
Yes.
what are you saying?
So, if I'm on a drive for new clients, as an example, I'll first of all, whenever you connect with somebody, you want to send them a connection request that, says something along the lines of, I'm connecting with coaches, consultants, advisors in this area, looking to help them grow their business, So I'm being very upfront right in the beginning. So when people connect, they know what they're connecting for, which means that my next message, I can just get straight to the point and be like, hey, listen, I work with coaches, consultants, and advisors. These are the kind of results we help people get. If you're looking for results like this, let's get on a call and see if there's a good fit.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Right?
I like, let's see if there's a good fit. I mean, it's not salesy.
Yes. And that's the thing, right? So it's so important to be able to, just have a direct connection with them, like, treat them as people. And that's when you see everything happen. But if you frame it correctly, like people know that they're coming in, you've set the frame that I'm here to help you grow your business. And then you talk to them about growing their business. That's congruent with your message. Where people find things spammy and they find things that are not congruent with their message is that if someone sends them a connection request with no connections and then suddenly starts trying to sell them something, well, there's no frame being set, right? It's the same thing where it's like, hey, your profile is interesting, let's connect, and then start trying to sell you something. There's no congruency between that.
Yeah. Right.
Rather be
people hate it.
I prefer to be upfront and say, look, these are my intentions. This is what I'm here to do. Do you want to connect? And if they're like, hell yeah, then I know, well, cool. I've got someone that's interested that I can start communicating with.
And what do you do with those people who don't respond?
Just remove them.
Okay, good. I thought that's what you were going to say. I just wanted other people to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it depends. I mean, if I'm connecting with them for the first time and they haven't responded or accepted the connection request, I remove it. If I do send it out to people that don't respond, then typically what I'll do is I'll engage with content. I'll follow up with them. I mean, there've been times where I've connected and I've sent like 5 messages to a person, and then eventually with no response. And then eventually they come back to me and they're like, oh, Matt, I'm so sorry. I've been traveling, or I don't really log into LinkedIn that often. Yeah, I'm really interested in talking more. When can we set up a call, Yeah.
Because that's, I think, the other thing people don't realize is that you are not necessarily their priority. Even though what you offer might be a priority, but then something else comes up and priorities shift. And so they may have every intention of engaging. It's just, they're spinning plates.
100%.
Yeah. So you got to be patient.
Yeah. Be patient and, just make sure that you're focusing on doing. So we always look at there's two kinds of indicators in your business that's going to determine, how successful you are. You have your leading indicators and you have your lagging indicators, right?
Yeah.
So Your leading indicators are those that tell you what are you doing on a daily basis that is going to get you towards your goals. Those are forward thinking. Your lagging indicators are like your monthly reports, which tells you what's happened in a month. Okay. You want to be focusing on those leading indicators so that you know what you need to do on a daily basis in order to reach those goals. And that's what you need to focus on. So, if some people don't connect with you, you just build it into your process. So if you know that, as an example, and I'll share with you how it actually fits together. If you know that in order for you to get, let's say these are the numbers, right? You need to connect with 1,000 people in a month. That's 33 a day, right? For 7 days. So it's not a ton. It sounds like a lot, but it's not. It's 33 a day. So if you connect with 1,000 people a month, let's say 20% of those connect. So you have 200 people that actually connect with you. Let's say you engage in a conversation with another, 30% of those. All right. So what's that? It's 20. So it's 25 people. Okay.
Yeah. With you.
And out of those people, 20% of them become clients. So you pick up 4 clients from that. Even if you pick up 2 clients from that, right? And we went low and we said 10%. What you now know is that it doesn't matter how many people respond to you in a month. You know is that if you need to get 2 clients, you can send out 30 connection requests a day. You can engage in conversation with people and it can take you 30 minutes.
Right. Boy, it sort of changes how you look at it.
It completely changes the game, right? And this is when you chunk it down. So you know what you need to do on a daily basis to reach those goals.
Right. Because you're looking at the right thing. That's how that feels.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So it also feels to me, so I'm just curious, like this really works for people who are seeking high value clients or leads.
Definitely.
So not necessarily for people who are in more of a transactional sort of business.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, it does work as well for that because, you got to remember is that LinkedIn is a professional networking platform. So if you're looking to build a network, okay, if you're looking to, create something that is bigger than, just transactional, I just need to pick up clients. So as an example, if your one goal is that, well, let's say you sell, I don't know, what is an item that is transactional? Shoes, a pair of shoes, right?
Yeah.
If you sell shoes and let's say they're like, I don't know, $50 or whatever it is, and you're trying to sell $50 shoes on LinkedIn, that's not going to be worth your time, right? But if you're looking for distributors to move large volumes for you, well, that's going to be worth your time. So the question comes in is it going to be worth your time to spend this time, energy, and effort on this platform to get people onto a phone call to do larger transactions with them? That's the criteria. It doesn't really matter what you sell. It's about the amount and the volume, and is it going to be worth your time?
I see. Okay, that's so great. Right. And that's people can have different target markets and then they have an ideal client within that target.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, this is crazy. And no paid ads. You're just doing the outreach, doing the work, connecting with people, getting on a call.
Yep. And then doing the organic as well.
Right. Okay. So I know people are going to ask this question, so I'm going to go ahead and ask it. And it is, share how you feel about the different levels of LinkedIn, like Sales Navigator, Premium, Free. Where do you think people should be?
So, it depends on where you're at in your business and what you want out of it. Honestly, for me, is that if you're wanting to grow your business, you need to be on Sales Navigator, because that's going to allow you to find and connect with thousands of your ideal clients, right? And for $70 a month, or whatever it is in whatever country you're listening from, for less than $100 a month, it is the cheapest leads you will ever find. I mean, if you go try and spend $100 on Facebook ads, it's not going to get you very far, right?
Yeah.
But you can go onto there. And also, if you're on the free account, you can only do like 30 connection requests a month. So, that doesn't really grow for scale or anything. And also with Sales Navigator, I mean, you get a 30-day free trial. So use that and see the value of it.
Yeah, right. You got to really be, I think this is this place where you got to have your strategy and your plan first.
Yep.
So you're really maximizing and taking, you know what you're doing. So you're getting a lot out of it. Very interesting. This is, I'm so grateful to you for coming on and sharing this information. It's something that I have been curious about just because of the sort of messages I receive from people and what's going on with them. And you've actually, I feel a little liberated actually that, it in a couple of ways about doing outreach, but also how I respond to connection requests that I get. So, because I think that's, another weird thing. So thank you so much for this. Will you tell the listeners how they can find you and anything you've got going on that you think they should know?
Yeah, 100%. So the best way to find me is obviously on LinkedIn, Matt Clark SA, and let me know that, send me a welcome message as well. Okay. Let me know that you heard me on Diane's podcast and I can give her some feedback on that as well. And then I've got something that I can share with everyone that can start them on their journey of generating leads, if you like.
Sure, that'd be awesome.
Perfect. So, we had one of our clients implement this exact strategy, and it generated 60 leads for them in 1 week. So,
wow.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful. So what you do is you go to my website, www.thevirtualedge.com, and you download the 20-minute profile makeover. And that's going to walk you through implementing some of the strategies that we've spoken about here today and helping you actually get your profile started to being set up to generate leads. And going and implementing that will allow you to start actually generating leads today. Then after, there's a 30-minute training that you can go that'll take you deeper into how to use LinkedIn. And if you want to talk to us further and see how we can help you implement it in your business, book a call with us and let us know.
Yeah, definitely. I encourage people to do that because you want to do it the right way. And why try and reinvent the wheel and struggle doing it the wrong way when Matt and his company obviously have got a system down that is working. So,
yep,
love it. Wow. So great. Well, thank you for that, Matt. That is wonderful. And thanks for being here with me. And listeners, I always like to thank you because you are who we are doing this for, as well as our sponsor. Get a free trial of audible.com by going to audibletrial.com/businessgrowth and check out all the incredible content that is yours for the listening. As always, continue to prosper and be curious. And until we meet again on another episode of Accelerate Your Business Growth, goodbye and good day.
Me, but also you. The Pharaoh fast forwards his favorite foreign film, Powder Donut. Okay, what's my line?
The only line I see here on the script is get options based on your budget with the name your price tool from Progressive.
Oh man, that's a tongue twister, huh? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a few more minutes. Bulbous Walrus, the Bulbous Walrus.
The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive.
The owl ran afoul of the comatose coxswain.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Me, but also you. The Pharaoh fast forwards his favorite foreign film, Powder Donut. Okay, what's my line?
The only line I see here on the script is get options based on your budget with the name your price tool from Progressive.
Oh man, that's a tongue twister, huh? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a few more minutes. Bulbous Walrus, the Bulbous Walrus.
The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive.
The owl ran afoul of the comatose coxswain.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Welcome to Don't Retire, Graduate, the podcast that asks you what you want to be when you grow up so you can graduate into retirement with a purpose and a passion, whether you're 25, 85, or any age in between. Gain actionable financial and mindset tips from your favorite authors, podcasters, and influencers to help you reach that exciting next chapter. Listen now and start building your path to financial freedom and reframing what retirement can mean to you. This is your host, Eric Brotman, reminding you, don't retire, graduate.